Awesome. Thank you for tuning in.
As you can see, today is going to be dedicated to the wonderful, the vibrant, the talented, the loving, the caring, to the real ass Andre E.U. Williams. Friend, may you rest in peace. Hey, y'all. It has been an interesting start to the new year. I just want to say Happy New Year to y'all. And thank y'all for rocking with us and for being with us here through our, journey of high-low news. And I couldn't start the year off without doing this tribute video to Andre Dre, as I called him. It was tough. I didn't want to really kind of face this and talk about it. As you all know, Dre passed away. I found out last week. He fought a long, hard battle. He was kicking his ass, till he was ready to rest. That's how I see it. He had a fight with the cancer, and he transcended last week. And that's a tough one for Miami. That is a tough one for the black media in Miami, just black media as a whole, and just our community has now a very huge void to fill with the loss of Andre. And I don't even know how to sum up somebody that is as dynamic as Dre. He's just the love that he had for community, the love he had for black people, the love he had for music, the love he had for his family, his kids, is just unmatched. And he definitely left a legacy. He definitely left an impact. And I think that's a model that we all should strive for. That's something that we should all be striving for, is to leave an impact, because, our time here can be in a blink of an eye. But what lasts forever is what we leave, and the impressions that we leave on people. And Andre definitely left an impression on the South Florida community, the media community, and on myself. I wanted to share a story of my earliest memories of Dre. Like, I can't even remember when we first met. I just remember that it definitely was when I was still in college, and I think I was still interning for the Miami Herald at the time. And I think I saw him out, and he was doing iUrban TV, and I was like, I want to be down. And he wanted to be down with me. He saw me as, a young black reporter out there, and he like, look, I want you to help me with what I'm building. And now I'll give Dre the credit for being the first person to put me on camera to interview people. And we were doing some of my first on camera interviews are with Dre and iUrban TV. God forgive me, I can't remember his partner, a beautiful lady, lovely lady. I can't remember her name right now, but they were working it. They were partners at the time, and we were going around Miami interviewing people. I remember we were interviewing the producers of Jazz in the Gardens. I remember that's how I met Suzanne McDowell. Like, it was through interviewing her for iUrban TV. And Dre just was a supporter of, young talent, and wanting to support them and support us, so to speak. And it was just an amazing experience. And I'm so glad that he was, one of the first people to put me on. And our last conversation, we were DMing on Instagram, and I had posted about his app that he started iUrban TV. And I was like, yo, Dre, like, I tagged him, and I was like, he's like, yo, I've been meaning to hit you. We got to work. I'm like, yeah, I've been that's easy. Like, let me know what you want to do. We could figure this out. Like content, promotion, whatever. Let's work. Like that's what we do anyway. And so I was looking forward to connecting with him, sometime this month to, talk about that and flesh out that plan. And God just had bigger plans for Dre. He needed him home, and he called him home. But Dre, just please trust and believe. I've already been talking. Me and Munch been talking to some people from the circle of brotherhood and some of your friends, and your legacy will definitely live on. We will definitely be honoring you and the work that you have done in media. And so, yeah, I have not fully wrapped my head around what it is that I want to do to honor you, friend. Also, too, I'm just trying not to really let the grief take over me. It's been 2023 was amazing highs and some really, really dark lows. And I'm just finally getting back to myself, just being totally transparent with you, hello family. So for me to I'm trying not to really get into the sadness too much of the loss of Dre, but just keep rejoicing in the life and the legacy that he lived. Because he was an amazing man. And yeah, that it's definitely a tough one for me. I've been trying to process what that means and what it will mean in impact and everything on the community and the void that he left. And, shout out to Circle of Brotherhoods. Brother Anthony Durden has definitely been keeping me in the loop of what's going on. And I want to pull up here, if I can, from Instagram, some information on his service. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, but I definitely at some point will be doing something to honor Dre or some type of memorial in person when I can, because it is just that important to me. I don't think they have. I'm looking on the Circle of Brotherhood's Instagram page, and okay, here it is. Let me share that with you guys on the screen, and just bear with me, y'all. We doing this right live right here. Here it is. The Circle of Brotherhood has that. Let me make that bigger, and so you guys could see it a little bit more. But I'll read it off to you. So the transition and acknowledgement and the arrangements for our brother Andre Williams. Shout out to Circle of Brotherhood. Can I say that, y'all? I know the fellas say it, but Brotherhood. They posted his viewing is this Friday, January 12th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Range Funeral Home on 5727 Northwest 17th Avenue in Miami. The wake will be at the Urban in OverTown Friday, January 12th from 8 p.m. until that address is 1000 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Miami, Florida, 33136. And the funeral service, the homegoing service, will be January 13th, 11 a.m. at New Birth Baptist Church, located at 2300 Northwest 135th Street in Miami, Florida. And the repast will be Saturday, January 13th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Lyric Theater, located at 819 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Miami, Florida. And you guys can head over to the Circle of Brotherhood page. You'll see the post, their most recent post was posted yesterday. You'll be able to see that. And let me keep that big for you guys so you can see. But yeah, that is the celebration of life for our brother Andre is happening. That information, like I said, is on the Circle of Brotherhood's Instagram page. I'm sure they have it posted on their Facebook page as well. But yeah, I definitely wanted to come on. I don't think I even had the capacity to even put it in words and write out obituary like I did for my beloved friend Danny Agnew. That was rough, and I was like, I don't think I got the strength in me to really put pen to paper, and I just wanted to kind of get it out and talk about Dre and what he's done in the community with the work he's done with Wake Up Miami Morning Show, like I said, his app and iUrban TV, and him just being on the scene and making a name for himself and carving this lane out for himself and making it easier, the road for people like me who came up and started their own independent local news organizations. And his support for me has never wavered. It's always been there to support and do whatever. If he called, we were there for each other. But it just, anytime I seen it was just always love, always great conversations. And so I even had to tell my fiance, so Dre is originally from Northeast, I think Jersey to be exact. And so I remember back in like 2014, 2015, he's playing this music and it got like a vibe or whatever. And I'm like, okay, what this is? And he was like, you don't know nothing about this. This is when he had the place in OverTown. Y'all know his studio that he had, the iUrban TV studio. And so I come in there, I'm like, okay, what's this? It sounds good. He like, this house music. I said, this is house music? Because it was vibey. I had never heard house music before. And I always thought of house music as, the white boy, doosh, doosh, the stuff you hear at Ultra. And he like, no, this is the real house music. It started up there with us, and this is what it is. And I'm like loving it. It had like that Afro beats. If y'all know house music, y'all know house music. So it's a vibe. And as you know, recently Dre was DJing and doing his thing doing that. And so he was playing a lot of house music and a lot of vibe and Afro beats and stuff like that, and just different sets. But I know house music was his shit. So loved it. I'm like, okay, this is cute. I like house music. So my fiance is from New York, and so they into house music up there too. And so he just swears the nigga think he put me on the house music, and I've been telling him for years, you did not put me on the house music. I was like, my boy Dre in Miami put me on the house music. And so when I got the news of Dre and I told him that story, I was like, this is the guy who put me on the house music. It was not you. Stop trying to take credit like you put me on, baby. I been new because my dog put me on. So I want to thank you, Dre, for introducing me to some amazing music. Like I said, for giving me my first shot in the business. And to put me on camera. And I think y'all got to understand the significance of that, how cool and important that is. That was not an opportunity I've been able to get at the big TV stations. Like at the time, I think I was interning at CBS Miami too, and I couldn't get on camera. I couldn't be on air. And I think that's the importance and what, Dre believed in as well as a Black business owner, the opportunities that you can give to people in your community that they may not get somewhere else, the experience that you can provide them. And so I'm so grateful to him for that, because I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity at that age and at that stage in my career, being in college, interning. Like I wouldn't have been able to interview these people who were producing Jazz in the Gardens and going out and covering Jazz in the Gardens with him. I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity, with the local TV stations. But because he owned it, it was his. He could decide who was on and who wasn't on. He could take chances and work with whoever he wanted to. And that's what he did. And that's what he stood for. And that's what he believed in. And, Dre, my brother, you're going to be dearly missed by all who ever knew you and touched you and got to feel the light that you imparted on us. And I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you, because stand up, guy. Never no funny shit with Dre. Never no disrespect with Dre. And I can't say that for a lot of niggas in Miami. I can't say that for a lot of people seeing a young Black woman wanting to work in media. And I just thank you for what you imparted on me and what you shared with me and how you believed in me and how you cheered for me. And it means the world to me. And I hope that you knew that, how I felt about you before you transitioned. I know you're hearing and seeing it now, but I like to believe that you knew. I don't think I've ever explicitly said it this way, but I just want you to know that I am grateful for all that you have given to me and given to our community, and your legacy will live on. iUrban TV will live on. Dre, you will live on in our hearts forever. I want to thank y'all for watching this tribute to Dre. Y'all make sure y'all play some house music in his honor. get the information for his homegoing service on the Circle of Brotherhood page. As I said, I read out the information to you. It's this Friday and Saturday. Y'all be blessed. I gotta go. Bye.